Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Sherwood Oregon real estate market. This update will cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, December 18th. So I'm going to share my screen here and go through the info with you. Start off looking at active listings. Last week in Sherwood, I showed we only had one new property come on the market again. That's 2 weeks in a row where we've only had one new listing. So obviously, slower time, which is pretty typical. You kind of get into this late time of year here, close to the holidays. So not much on the new listing front, and you can kind of see the total number of listings on a weekly basis has just kind of continued to decline here over the past 6 weeks now, from a high of 73, and this last week came in at just under 50 at 49. So it's a low for the 8 weeks, which again is not surprising. The median list price, days on market for the active listings, you can kind of see where that's gone. We were at 730 for almost the whole time. This last week finally bumped up a bit to 743,000. And then the days on market, you can kind of see where that's gone. We had a low of 43 here about 6 weeks ago, and you kind of see it just kind of steadily risen over this past 6 weeks now to 78 days of average market time for these 49 homes on the market in Sherwood. So, homes definitely sitting longer on average these days, taking longer to sell, and definitely a slower market for sellers right now. The pending sales this last week, pretty busy week in pendings in Sherwood. We had 9 go pending this last week, which you can kind of see as a high for the past 8 weeks on a weekly basis here. And end of the week with 39 homes in pending status, which same as the prior week, kind of matches a low for the 8 weeks here. So it's gone, from a high of 49 down to 39. So about a 10 pendings, home pendings swing there. Median price, days on market for the pendings. You can kind of see we had a low of 725 here 8 weeks back, and climbed clear up to 793 a few weeks later. And then, it's been kind of declining in general from there, trending down. This last week came in at 749,000. in Sherwood. And then days on market, we had a low of 12 days of market time here about 5 weeks back. Has been increasing from there. This last week came up 1 day from the prior week at hitting 26. So 26 days of average market time for the 39 current pendings. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put the info together, I showed we had 8 properties go from pending to sold this last week in Sherwood. So again, pretty busy week for solds, relatively speaking here. And then when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity, we had 20 closings over the prior 4 weeks is the most recent reading on that. And you can kind of see that's a bit higher from the prior couple weeks here, but certainly down from where it was here, 2 months ago, where it was in the 30s. The median sold price and days on market for the sold listings, it has had been kind of trending up, up to 740,000 here 2 weeks ago, and this last week really kind of slammed down here to 634,000. So $100,000 swing here from week to week. So these most recent 20 closings, much lower sold price on average. And then the days on market for those, you can kind of see it's been a little bit of an up and down affair. It started at 14, got up to 25 about a month ago, went back down to 15, and this last week back up to 24. So it's been a little bit up and down, but just over about 3 weeks of average market time for these most recent 20 sales. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So red bars is that weeks of inventory, and you can kind of see we had a low of about 8 weeks of inventory to start off with 8 weeks back, and had got up to a high of just about 13 weeks of inventory 3 weeks ago, and it's actually been decreasing for the past couple weeks now. This last week hit 10 weeks of inventory. So just about 2.5 months worth of inventory in Sherwood right now. And then days on market, the sale price as a percent of the original list price. that had a low of about 95% 8 weeks back. And then, from there, it's been kind of bouncing between, 96 to 98% or so. As last week came in at 96.4. So just about a 3.5% discount is the most recent reading off of original asking price right now in Sherwood. So hope that most recent update has been helpful. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, don't hesitate to reach out. My number is 503-680-2065. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local Sherwood market. So I really appreciate you tuning in and watching. I hope you have a fantastic day and week ahead, and wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And see you next year.